Guys, you know I haven't played the Call of Duty series in like 10 years, and it seems like I haven't missed much. But today we are going to be checking out the realism in the gameplay for the Embassy Siege mission in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Of course, if you want to see me play games I actually enjoy, follow me on Twitch, link is in the description. Alright, let's crack into this bad boy. Alright, US Embassy, Uzbekistan. Nothing says totally politically neutral, inoffensive content like making up your own country in the Caucasus. Okay, let's talk about this. First off, the large embassy of the United States. Generally, for security purposes, most embassies won't put a sign quite that big out front, especially if they are in hostile or potentially hostile territories. But I understand, you gotta show it. Oh, they're speaking Arabic. All right, fun fact, guys. I don't think they speak Arabic in most of the Caucasus or Stan countries. In Afghanistan, it was Urdu, Pashto, or Dari were the three main languages. In the north, I think in Uzbekistan, there is an independent language called Uzbek, and I don't think there's any Stan countries that speak Arabic.
2-6, Echo is on the third deck for RV. Be advised, primary entry point is clear, but that window is rapidly closing.
Okay, I appreciate it. He's got the flame retardant. These are flame retardant gloves. They're pretty useful. They may be the leather ones, but yeah, wow, that is a hideous looking mustache. But there's nothing that says I'm deployed like having a mustache that no one would ever date you for. Also want to point out a detail here. This dude's eyebrows are meticulously trimmed. Like, he must have gotten them done. Which ironically, there were some Afghan barbers that would absolutely thread your eyebrows. And when you're deployed and bored, you think, I'm not too proud to get my eyebrows threaded. I never did.
Hold down at 3 mics. 2-6 out.
3 minutes.
In 3 minutes, my people will be inside. They will kill all of you.
I chose to take you alive. I can still change my mind.
You have the wrong man.
Lies. Tell them what you've done.
We did not steal the gas.
Who did?
Someone very dangerous.
Where is it?
I wish I knew.
The butcher is outside. They'll burn the city if they have to.
Okay, so I appreciate the random militia rebels are in the US Embassy with firearms. I'm gonna give you guys a hint. It is extremely hard to get permission to bring a firearm into the embassy as a non-US national, right? Sometimes embassies' exterior security will be provided by security guards that are contracted, but and those may be local nationals, but on the embassy grounds, it is pretty secured, even in relatively safe countries. So the idea that they would let two rebels that someone trusts carry firearms onto the compound is a huge no-no.
Save yourself, daughter. Join us. Do not talk to her.
Hey, tap the brakes.
I am not your child, old man. I lead soldiers. You train killers.
But we are all killers here, no?
Okay, I love how he's blind, but his eyes are still tracking her. Maybe he's supposed to just have really bad cataracts?
They're gonna breach. We gotta move now. 3-1-2-6, shots fired. Moving to secure the HVI, will advise.
Okay, I've never heard them called HVI. I've heard them called HVT. So, okay, the embassy security is normally provided by a federal agent with the State Department called the Diplomatic Security Service, or their Diplomatic Security Service agent. And this agent has two roles. First, they are the primary law enforcement liaison for that country. Actually, they have three. Primary law enforcement liaison. They are responsible for overseeing and coordinating the investigation into criminal actions done by embassy personnel. And three, in their country of responsibility. And three, they are responsible for the security of the entire embassy. The Marine security detachments work for them, but the fact that there is this random I guess, Delta Force operative who's operating out of the embassy. Again, not unheard of, but I can tell you that a Delta Force operative like this would have a very close personal relationship with the DSS agent, because ultimately while Delta Force is cool, they are not so authoritative that they can circumvent the authority of that DSS agent and embassy staff. And as if you've seen the real world situation that this is based on, I imagine, the seizure of the embassy in Libya, then you know that often the CIA will have their own separate safe house where their agents will be able to operate without placing the embassy staff at risk.
Copy 3-1. Bravo's on station. Reposition and prep for evac.
This is actually not that unrealistic to have foreign national forces supporting the U.S. mission in an area. Very common. The U.S. Special Forces team that was ambushed in Niger, actually their air support and eventual air evacuation came from the French. It was French Mirage jets and a French helicopter whose name escapes me, but I believe it was may have been the French Foreign Legion, or it may have been the regular French military. They were the ones who provided the support and assistance to that U.S. team.
30 seconds.
Roger, 30 seconds.
There's a large group of unknowns moving on the front gate.
Al-Qatala's down there.
They've breached the perimeter. Roger.
But we have to reach Echo fast. We've got a lot of hell headed that way.
Okay, so the fact that there appears to be no security guards of any kind securing this is a huge problem. Again, I don't know what happened in the U.S. Embassy in Benghazi. I haven't seen any official breakdown in reports, but it seems to me that the Marine detachment should be trying to evacuate remaining embassy staff.
Full on fire.
It's possible that that has already happened.
RPG!
Power up. Sail the collective.
Yeah, in case you're... Alright, I understand it's Call of Duty, but that is a multiple concussions, multiple bones broken type of situation. Even if that helicopter wasn't losing altitude that fast. Human beings, we're pretty brittle, and especially our old craniums cannot take that much of a beating. Why this dude has no helmet, despite the fact he was entering a hostile area via aircraft, is preposterous to me. Again, the same thing that keeps your brain safe when you ride a bicycle, right? Just a basic helmet can prevent all sorts of injuries.
You broke.
I've known friends of friends who have been killed not by enemy fire, but from taking a bad fall on concrete. And you hit your head just right, and that's all there is to it.
Good. I'm good.
Why take that risk in combat?
Echo 3-1, primary extraction failed. We're down on the roof.
Understood. What's the call, Captain?
There's a safe room in the basement. Head there, we'll be right behind you.
Roger, we're moving.
Okay, breaking down the gear. The gear looks legit, man. He's got his plate carrier. He has some pouches on his back. They look like you could access them from behind by reaching back and opening it up. So it doesn't seem crazy, though to me, I'm always somebody who's a big believer, and this is maybe the MP in me, I'm a believer on keeping your gear on your belt. Your belt, a leg drop holster, those things are nice because one, if you don't have your plate carrier, you always still have your gear belt.
We have to reach the safe room before Al-Qatala does.
No, what could Al-Qatala be?
The embassy personnel?
Al-Qatala's here for the wolf. So are we.
Good, you're here. They need 5 minutes to finish up. What can I do to help?
Prime weapons. Barricade the doors.
To the extraction team!
Not yours. You! Open this door.
Okay, this is actually a good way to do things in an emergency. A lot of times people are confused and they sort of get paralyzed. So you notice how he found someone, he adjusts them as you. You will open this door. That is a great way to do business. Though I'm going to tell you that the fact that no embassy staff is evacuated is a huge failure on the part of that DSS agent. Even, I believe in Benghazi, I think most embassy staff had evacuated and they were down to a skeleton crew who was trying to do what it looks like these people are trying to do here, which is burn and destroy all the documents.
Walking behind us.
06, Echo 3-1. Wolf is securing the basement safely. Be advised, the butcher is outside, yellow shirt.
Have eyes on him. They're breaking through now. We need a new extraction point fast.
Oh my God!
Okay, I don't know if there's bulletproof glass that can just sort of eat AK rounds like that. I believe most ballistic glass is rated, well, it may, but I'm thinking of the windows, for example, on like our MATVs, but they were very small, and so I think that glass cannot stand up to a ton of rounds.
Negative. They get to this side of the glass, they reach the wolf before we do. Clear.
Right, okay, it sees, I guess it's supposed to be that they're killing the Marine guards. This idea that the embassy's security posture is really low long before this has happened is pretty unrealistic. The truth is that if you observed weapons, especially in the crowd, that you would not have these Marine guards. Look, this guy's sitting with a cup of coffee. They're just at the gate, like they had no idea there was a riot going on outside. Not realistic. Every single federal facility has levels of security posture, and there's a default level, and then it raises to, like, you know, think of them as like green is your default security posture. Then you have amber, which is heightened unspecified tensions where you might have additional screening. Your embassy staff may go, your Marine guards may go from having, you know, soft bulletproof vests to full plate carriers and full battle rattle. Amber would be imminent risk of threat, and then red would be threat like imminent, or threat like proximate. So, and threat proximate would be probably things like locking the doors, locking the gates, having specific choke points where no one will pass, that sort of thing. I know I say this is how things should be, and you know, we've seen it, even some very secure US sites. The ability of the bureaucracy to fail to do these things is pretty astounding.
Yes, sir. Good. Take point.
You! Open this now.
Everyone
You
back.
only want the wolf. No one else has to die today.
Who has the key card?
I do. How about you, Captain? Are you gonna let them die?
Papa, feet! Let's go!
Save his life, Sergeant.
Now, sir.
Give us the wolf! Mercy is weak. Bring the truck.
Yeah, having these civilians just hanging out in their regular areas is nonsense, right? This would not be a realistic response, even if they only initiated some of these protocols. Even 30 minutes to an hour before, you would not see these sort of things.
Hey, you'll get him. Count on it. 3-1, enemy vehicle is inbound. What's the status of extraction?
Building's locked down. No way out, Captain.
Sit tight and stay calm. Trying to break in here.
What is that?
Okay, it's interesting. He has a Picatinny rail on his MP5, but no optic.
Enemy at the corner! Keep in the wood! Where is he?
Okay, yeah, the room clearing's fine. I mean, again, Call of Duty, man, they have individuals doing these sort of things. Normally, you would have a team clearing it. Yeah, these Marine guards just kind of chilling, kind of corralling people. Yeah, it's sort of nonsense. I mean, I guess it's possible if a group was to have a perfect layout of the embassy, they could have a surprise attack like what we're seeing here, but I don't think it would be done under the cover of a riot because, again, a riot, you can't do it quickly. You need to gather people outside the gate. Security posture will already be increased. Instead, you would want to catch the embassy staff totally unaware. So you would use like a vehicle-borne IED to breach the walls, and then you would enter through the breach and have like your armed personnel try to sweep and clear. Right? Make it so that the ability of the facility to increase its readiness posture, it was already at that green and didn't have a chance to increase.
Target to the office. Got a target, north side. Corner.
Yeah, I don't think real embassies would have this much bullet-resistant glass, and that bullet-resistant glass would definitely not be holding up to multiple M4 rounds. It might hold up to a couple, 1, 2. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe they have some newfangled stuff out that'll do it, but I can guarantee you government procurement is not going to be having that for their all their routine offices.
Let's get to the basement, Kyle. Take point.
Locked.
I've got it.
Yeah, fun fact, guys, that's a little bit fast to have someone die, even of a pretty grievous wound like that. Yeah, it's a lot tougher to actually like kill and incapacitate someone.
We're in the basement.
Raj, be advised, we have hostiles outside the safe room.
We'll take care of it.
Okay, I mean, what I do appreciate about this player is that he's being very systematic in how he does things. You know, there's sort of two ways of thinking about sort of clearing and entering rooms, and the first is to dominate the room. That is to say, you, as fast as possible, get as much of your firepower in that room as possible. But if your max firepower in this case is 2 people, then it's a different situation. And that is something more akin to what like law enforcement, like patrol officers see. And in that case, you will be very careful in how you clear and move through an area. I mean, okay, I should say this. There's no way you do like building clearing or room clearing slowly or quickly. It's a slow process whether you have 30 people or you have 2. But with 2, it's going to be extremely slow. And one thing they're not really depicting here is that in a situation like this where there is no secure perimeter, where there's no secure area, you have to always worry about the enemy coming in behind you, right? He talked about locking the door behind him, but as we've seen, a locked door is definitely not decisive.
Let them know we're here, Sergeant.
3-1, we're here.
Lara, you still fighting a good fight?
Always, Captain.
The ambassador's still inside, sir. He's trapped.
Okay, keep him on the line. He may be our way out of here. Adir, thanks for the assist.
Our pleasure, sir.
Umar Suleiman.
Have we met?
Yeah, back when you were on our side.
The wolf was a freedom fighter? I still am, brother.
The Butcher's men are closing on the ambassador, Captain.
Rog. Kyle, man these cameras. Direct the ambassador to safety. We'll need his key card to open the rear doors. Rest of you on me.
Mr. Ambassador, can you hear me?
I'm gonna lock the door. Stacy, hide!
Ambassador!
Get my Wait down!
Shit. Captain, the ambassador is down, but I can lead his assistant to you.
Do it. We need the key card.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
This is Sergeant Kyle Garrick.
Stacy. Stacy Davidson.
Just do exactly as I say, and we'll get you safe.
Okay, interesting. Not sure I can commentate meaningfully on this sort of situation, but I will tell you, in an active shooter situation, the guidance is generally run is your first bet, followed by hide, and then only as a last resort should you attempt to fight, right? And in this case, you could see she is in the hide stage of that recommendation, right? The running doesn't seem like a good prospect given the number of people in the embassy, so she is resorted to hiding, though now, of course, if she were to be like cornered for some reason and unable to leave, only then would you attempt to fight an attacker.
Take the ambassador's keycard and move to the door.
Okay, I have the key card. What now?
Go right. There's a cabinet at the end of the hall. Hide by the door.
What's wrong?
Pillar.
Shit.
Where is he? Where's the wolf?
That's the fucking butcher.
I don't know!
Please help me.
Don't lie to me. The wolf is here. Tell me where. I'm just an analyst.
They're going to find me.
Yeah, this is actually a reflection of a reality which is need to know, especially when it comes to very classified information, that even if you have an appropriate clearance, that you can't just plug it into secret Google and find out. Every piece of information at every classification level is going to be done on a need to know, and this isn't a big secret. This is true of every single country. This is just how information security works. This is how secure proprietary information works in a corporation, right? Any information you want to keep secret, you have to control who can know it and who can access that information. So even if this is someone who might have access to broadly secure information, they probably aren't going to know this specific information because it's only really relevant to the player and the CIA and SAS.
Someone else knows. I don't have.
There's a cart near the bookshelves. Go now.
You does not
Other
belong
end.
in my country. This is not your land. No, wait, please. You don't want me to come to your country and take your people? No, but I can't help you.
Hello? Sergeant Garrick.
Hide near that body.
That's too bad for you.
They're killing you.
The cart. Hurry.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What do I do?
Other side of the desk. Go.
I mean, this is an interesting piece of gameplay.
Go to the hallway, now.
Okay.
I don't know if I have a lot of commentary on this because this is not realistic in any way. Just understanding how the camera system works wouldn't really be possible.
Hide by the door. Go!
Adam.
No! Stacy, pick up the phone!
Stacy.
I have to get you out of here.
God damn it, Stacy, leave him!
Sorry, Adam.
Don't scream, Stacy. Don't move.
I want to go home.
We'll get you there, Stacy. You're almost out. He's gone. Move to the cubicle.
Okay, I'm going.
Down the line. Next one.
So I know this game doesn't really depict noise, but man, noise can be a huge factor, especially in this sort of environment. Though the one exception is that firing guns inside is really loud, and having a firearm go off indoors that close to you, one, Stacy may not be able to hear over the phone, and certainly the attackers will probably have a hard time hearing as well. Their ears may be ringing, so it isn't actually that realistic that you'd be able to just slip on by.
Go to the other cubicle.
Also, you notice these directions are really unclear. And I understand that this is, again, part of the gameplay, but it's really hard to navigate someone from a third-person perspective. And when it's someone else, like over the radio, for example. This is why we need clear communication, like cardinal directions. You know? And it has the advantage of saying, hey, usually the way you would try to do this is you would use known waypoints. Like, you would ask first, can you see X? Can you see the whiteboard? Can you see something distinct, like the green cubicle? Okay, look to the right of the green cubicle. Now, can you see that? Again, even to the right of the green cubicle depends on your perspective. The easiest way is to use north, south, east, and west, but it requires both parties to have a compass. But this is what made the invention of the compass so huge for human beings, because instead of having to be, for example, maybe shown a trail to a game, a particular area, right? You could teach someone or show someone, or even if you didn't see what they saw, you could use a universal means of direction that was true no matter who you were.
Sergeant, are you there?
Move to the whiteboard. Can you get to that printer? There's a guard blocking the exit. You'll have to distract him.
What do I need to do?
Get to that shredder. Now use it. Other side now. Hug the wall. Get to the exit. Run!
Oh, Metal Gear Solid. You gotta love the guards who are just like, what's that?
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Get her out. Sergeant, we got her. Let's regroup in the parking lot.
Roger that, boss.
All stations this net. The embassy has fallen. Marines are setting up a rally point at the ambassador residence.
This is Captain Price, SAS. We're working our way to you. Garrick, we're leaving.
Roger that.
There. Watch on Sulam.
Captain.
What's the plan?
Link up with the Marines at the southern compound.
Where's the compound?
Not far. Through the alley across the street.
Let's get there.
All right, Garrick, open it up. Get the gate, Sergeant.
Here. Thank you, Sergeant. You saved my life.
This keycard may save all of us.
There you are. Expect contact.
They're here.
Alright guys, that was interesting. Not much realistic about any of it. But you know, Call of Duty always entertains. Yeah, again, a situation, you know, I'll say this. 2 years ago, I would have told you there's no way that an armed group could seize a major government building like that. But you know what? The old federal government just manages to continually kind of let you down sometimes, as we saw in the Capitol. Regardless of your political affiliation, it was pretty shocking the amount of how far into the building that the people were able to enter, you know, before they encountered any sort of organized security perimeter. Very shocking, pretty weird. And so yeah, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I know only what should be, not what often really is. And usually the delta between reality and the way people say things should be can be vast. Anyway, guys, if you want to see me cover more Call of Duty Modern Warfare missions, you just let me know in those comments what your favorite missions are. And be sure to follow me on Twitch. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.